You know, society has a way of putting labels on people when they're not normal, when they're not capable, and when they're limited due to their circumstances. But if we take these limitations and these emotions and these challenges as a gauge of measurement, similar to the measurement that's used for the autistic spectrum, we all just might have to be put on some form of individual spectrum. The term awareness is not only used to identify the spectrum. More importantly, awareness is what we need to use to identify these conditions within ourselves. Today, we're changing all stereotypes. We're going to break through all lenses of biases, and we're going to take you on a fantastic journey of unlimited possibilities, our theme. My name is Christopher Smith, and I would like to share with you awareness tools to help you identify these superheroes in your lives. This is my family's Superman, James, or as his loving father calls him, Jimbo. James is nonverbal autistic, but you would never know. His hard work and dedication is what you would expect from a superhero. His actions are selfless, and his inspiration has touched so many people throughout his journey, especially me, his superhero in training. You might ask, how can a nonverbal autistic boy save a man's life? I'm going to tell you. The first rule of a superhero is avoid the kryptonite. It's the life-killing force of your superpowers. Unfortunately, my kryptonite, it was addiction. Started simply, early 20s, smoking cigarettes, looking cool. Everybody in my family smoked. Mom was a hippie chick, so weed came second, and it was very easy to justify weed and lie to myself about it, that it made music sound better, food taste great, and it even took 10 strokes off my golf score. I even went so far as to do research, playing rounds sober, playing rounds high, and I was assured that weed made me a better golfer. Let's go back to awareness just for a moment, and let's talk about this spectrum that I was talking about. How many of us have said that a little bit of alcohol or liquid courage makes the music sound a little better and a dance a little better too? We might have to put some more people on this spectrum. You see, for me, a nice glass of Cab or Pinot turned into a whole bottle of Jameson. And I justified that one too, of course. I'm half Irish. Another step towards the bottom. Because when you're drunk and you're high, you think you can fly like Superman. But you will never save anyone with addiction, especially yourself. That guy can't fly. And he never could. Not until he lost everything. And not only did I lose my freedom on that day, in 2020, while stuck upstate during COVID, with no movement, I lost my beautiful mother to lung cancer. With no access to her to say that I'm sorry and goodbye. And my sister was with my mom during her final days and moments and told me Mom was so confused why I wasn't there. She said she cried for days because the dementia didn't allow her to remember I was still in prison. My sister's last visit here to come see me was on my mother's birthday, right after her passing, to tell me she was so angered and ashamed with me that she did not want to talk anymore. Maybe when I got out. It's been 3 years now with no communication. Last summer, I lost a dear friend to alcoholism and a pill addiction, a talented chef and world traveler. And we talked for 5 years about that brotherly moment we would share together when I got out, plan that dream trip, and go backpack Europe together. Now everything I love is lost. Who I did not lose, though, was my buddy James and his amazing parents, Brian and Stephanie, who were so kind enough to share with me family photos, amazing benchmark achievements of James, and never once made me feel like I was apart. And despite James being nonverbal, he spoke to me with adversity through every picture. Come on, Chris. If I can do it, what's your excuse? You know, James's successes is also due to his parents. Brian and Stephanie tried all the traditional remedies that doctors recommended at first, with little success for James. And they made a family decision to embrace a natural, organic, and holistic lifestyle for everyone's emotional success. James was also introduced to sensory therapy treatments and activities. They stimulate the brain for these children. And even a simple weightless chair can actually calm a child with this emotional imbalance. And other great activities like hockey and martial arts and swimming. These are all great activities. Not only do they bring joy, but they heal. And not just for James, the entire family. I looked at all these benchmark successes of James and I said to myself, if I am to succeed, I need to eliminate these harmful lifestyles that I used to embrace. And there were some of the most challenging steps I have ever taken in my life. But I am proud to say, from the inspiration of James, his parents, and hard work and dedication, I no longer have any kryptonite in my body. No more smoking cigarettes, no more drinking, and no more drugs. Because the real superheroes don't need anything to fly. Another very important step of this healing process was my reconnection to my faith and this broken spirit. A faith that was challenged every step of the way. Blaming God instead of going to Him. Blaming Him for my addictions, taking my mother and taking my friend. And looking into the abyss with only a glimmer of hope. And once again, another photo speaks to me. This is James receiving his first Holy Communion last summer and coming to Christ. A very proud day for the entire family. And once again, I hear him. Come on, Chris. Let's go. And with no coincidence, these paths just keep aligning. Last year, Father Matthew at Our Lady of Hope asked me if I would speak at our annual men's Bible retreat. It's a 3-day event. I would like you to speak to the men about your reconciliation with your faith, Father asked, your sobriety, your strength, and through adversity and struggle comes rebirth and transformation. And I was hesitant at first. And I thought of James, and I said to myself, what do superheroes do? They step up, They rise to the occasion and they take action. And I told Father Matthew, I'm in. Just when I think that I might just catch a break, another photo comes through. Skiing? This kid is amazing. I can't ski. I remember my first time on skis, I was not smiling. I got bruises. But his mother says he smiles as he's, I'm not skiing. It's not my superpower. But I have a newfound superpower I am destined for. It's behavioral science. And the programs at Hudson Link and Mercer University. What a great program. I want to thank all the professors that help all of us. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even though I'm a freshman, my first psychology final paper was a 10-page research paper on sensory therapy treatments and techniques for children with autism, inspired by James. And not only did I receive an A on this paper, James's parents were so proud and honored. And Stephanie said, I really don't believe you wrote that. Superhero! Oh, shit. You know, what I have learned despite this unfortunate journey of incarceration, you start to realize a lot of things. And I realized that when I was a free man, I was trapped. And I was so blinded by addiction, I had no idea I was in the presence of a superhero. It took going to jail to get saved by a boy that was right in front of me. And I never heard James talk, but he's been talking to me for 5 years. And I have finally earned my wings. So before I attempt to fly away and save someone as well, I challenge you all here to identify the superheroes in your life. Use that awareness. Look for the hero that you overlooked because of limitations or circumstances, like James and me. And remember that superheroes don't need to wear fancy outfits and fly through the skies to save lives. They come in all shapes and forms. With no disrespect, I dare you all here to be like James, a young autistic boy that has the power to heal, to flourish, to inspire, and make the impossible possible, like saving me without once saying a word. If you feel a presence here today, and you feel that maybe there is a hero among you, it's because that hero is among us, and his name is Jimbo. Hey! Jimbo! Thank you very much. My name is Christopher Smith. Enjoy the rest of the day.